The 8th and final day of the 2011 Amgen Tour of California left Santa Clarita in California and headed for 1,000 Oaks, a ride of 132 kilometers. The yellow jersey worn by Chris Horner, leading his teammate Leipheimer by 38 seconds.
As always, a breakaway getting early off the front of the main field. A break of 4 riders, Brad White, Jan Barter, Jose Fernando Atonia and Mike Friedman. But they were never allowed really very much of an advantage. And down towards the end, when they were almost about to get caught, with 1.5 minutes advantage, 2 riders jumped clear.
That's right. Martin Mortensen of Leopard Trek and Martin Jangeli of the Rabobank team left the peloton when they were 2 minutes 40 behind the 4 leaders and tried to bridge the gap together. It was a very determined chase. They were now taking part in 5 circuits of 1,000 Oaks, 8 kilometers a circuit to bring this race to a close.
After a phenomenal ride, these 2 riders bridged the gap, and that made a 6-man leading breakaway as they continued to go around 1,000 Oaks. But the main field was under the control of all of the teams of the sprinters, keeping the pace high in excess of 35 miles an hour.
As they made contact, though, Brad White, who'd finished last at Mount Baldy the previous day and had been in the break all day, decided enough was enough. 5 riders versus the rest. The gap just a mere 40 seconds.
Yes, it was all down to a 5-man group, but the gap of 40 seconds was not very much. And in the big, long straightaways around the heart of 1,000 Oaks, the main field could still see their prey.
There's plenty of workhorses here. Jan Barter in the blue on the front for the NetApp team was still trying to work hard, although he was tiring quickly. The peloton now are being escorted by Team HTC High Road, hoping they could lead their big sprinter Matt Goss to his first win of the week. Then Antonia cracked as well for the Jamie Sutter home team. They were thinning down at the front. There were only 3 left.
Only 3 left, but the big powerhouses were Martin Jangeli of Rabobank and Martin Mortensen. But the advantage was still a mere 20 seconds, but they would not give up.
Mike Friedman, originally in the breakaway, he was now back in the field. 3 riders up front, with a lot of the work being done by the 2 strong men who caught the original 4 breakaway. The gap was now 20 seconds, inside 14 kilometers from the finish. Danny Pate was leading the charge for HTC High Road.
And as they could see all of the time, the 3-man breakaway in front of them, Jan Barter could do nothing at all to help participate in the pacemaking. He'd been out to the front for too long.
On the last lap, the sprinters now are really itching to catch up with these 3 riders, and at 5 seconds, there was no hope of them reaching the finish without the whole field around them. At just on 5 kilometers to go, the field was all together. There was no doubt who would win the race overall. Chris Horner safely in the pack. As the 2 chasers finally shook hands, the pack was all around them. Who would win the sprint?
Well, with Martin Velets on the front end of the main field, HTC High Road were very much in control, but a lot of the other teams of the sprinters were very happy to come up and create a little bit of confusion.
HTC High Road appeared to have it right this time. They were using their strong men, which included Bernard Eisel here, setting the pace. Lee Howard in the slipstream there was Matthew Goss. Also helping them out was TJ Van Garderen. They seemed to have it right, but then at the front there was a change of leadership.
Yes, Team Sky came to the front and they were trying to get their man Greg Henderson into the ideal position to get himself a win. On this occasion, it was Ben Swift now taking over and trying to put Hendy right into the ideal position. Oscar Freire moved up as well, but watch the move on the left-hand side of the road when HTC tried to fight back.
Moving smoothly up the outside, Lee Howard of Australia leading out his countryman Matt Goss as swinging off on the left and trying to get Henderson through into 3rd place. Oscar Freire in the orange, but the speed of Peter Sagan in green on the right came just a little bit too late. Matty Goss somehow held on to win by half a wheel. And Sagan, the winner of the Herbalife points competition for the most consistent daily finisher, would have to be content with 2nd place. Matt Goss, his first win since he won the Milan-San Remo Classic in March, was on the podium again.
Well, he looked for this. He got better and better as the race went on, but of course there was no change in the overall standings. As we look at the battle here for glory on the individual stage, the man who's won the Amgen Tour of California 2011 overall is Chris Horner. There he is, resplendent in his yellow jersey, surrounded by his teammates.
The biggest win of Chris Horner's career, coming just short of his 40th
All right,
birthday.
well, best of luck, TJ, and congratulations here at the Amgen Tour of California.
All right, thank you.
So as he gets the kisses of glory here, Chris Horner wins the race by 38 seconds. Levi Leipheimer in 2nd place, his teammate. All the winners' jerseys. Pat McCarthy here won the Californian Tourism King of the Mountains. Sagan the Herbalife points, the yellow for Horner. the best young rider jersey of Rabobank for TJ Van Garderen there. And Chris Horner wins by 38. Leipheimer second, Tommy Danielson third. Americans filling the top 5 places overall.